I've pretty much made it no secret over these last several videos that of all the DLC characters that have been released over the course of the 2 to 3 years since the launch of Ultimate, there was one character that I was still holding out hope for. One character that I wanted to join more than any other. It's a secret to no one that Kingdom Hearts is my favorite series of all time. I even made a video detailing about why I love it so much about a year ago to the day. Lots of people throughout the entire history of Smash Bros. Have wanted their dream character or their favorite character to join the roster. Some people said that Steve was their favorite character. Some people said Banjo was their favorite character of all time. Some people even said Joker in Persona 5 was their favorite. A lot of people had a lot of different wishes. Sora was mine. And clearly, according to Sakurai, he was the wish of a lot of other people as well. From back in the day of Smash Wii U and the Fighters Ballot to this moment in time, October 5th, 2021, I held out hope and I wished like nobody's business. I still remember exactly down to the minute details the day that Sora was revealed. About a week or so prior, Nintendo had announced that during their Nintendo Direct, instead of revealing the final character there, the last character would be revealed in a special presentation by Sakurai himself. I still had my full-time remote job at this point, so I was able to make sure I had everything in alignment with my work so that I could focus on this last character. And there was just something within me that told me this was it. This was the moment. I woke up, got out of my pajamas, threw on one of my Sora t-shirts, had a warm drink in a Kingdom Hearts mug, had a little Kingdom Hearts plaque set up by my Switch, did a little goofy photo with all of the Kingdom Hearts and Nintendo games that I owned alongside my Switch. It was kinda goofy. And despite feeling extremely confident, there was still the part of me that said, you're setting yourself up for failure. What if it's not Sora? You did all of this for nothing. You're just setting yourself up for a massive disappointment. Which was very possible at the time, but I wouldn't know for certain until it happened. The trailer started, we had the fun little montage of the entire roster of Super Smash Bros. Up until this point, and Sakurai got us kicked off with the Mii costumes. This was nerve-wracking because I was questioning, okay, the last set of Mii costumes killed a lot of potential third-party characters. Who's going to be cut this time? And surprisingly, it was only 3 overall costumes, and only one of them was third-party, that being Doom Guy. Honestly, I feel like that the Mii costume reveals between Kazuya and Sora should have been switched. The Kazuya reveals for the Mii costumes had Dante and Shantae and Dovahkiin, and it's just like, oh my gosh, all of these third-party characters are going down. And then for the last one, it was just Doom Guy. I feel like that would have been a lot more of an interesting reaction if we saw everybody saying like, no, Dante's gone, no, Shantae's gone, right before we got Sora. But just before the true final reveal, Sakurai reminisced over the many years it had taken for he and the team to reach this point in creating Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and how much of a true labor of love this game was. I could really tell it in his voice. He knew that this was going to be the biggest send-off. This was it, the last character for Smash Ultimate. People had joked on the internet, oh, the last reveal of Smash games is always a letdown. The last character officially revealed for Brawl was Olimar. The last character officially revealed for Smash 4 was Shulk. The last character of the Smash 4 DLC was Corrin and Bayonetta. The last character for Fire Pass 1 was Byleth, so on and so forth. It's gonna be a Pokemon, it's gonna be frickin' Cinderace, it's gonna be Rillaboom, it's gonna be some first-party character to close out Ultimate. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't have some of those fears as well. I had seen the trends and it seemed like it could be very well possible this was the case. But then, the trailer started, and it was an absolute mystery. I remember as we pulled out to see the flaming Smash Ball, the characters turning into trophies, everything was just in such a strange place for a Smash reveal. I kept thinking to myself, okay, this has got to be a reference, right? This is a reference to some specific game that I'm just not getting. I didn't put the Taboo part together. I know some people thought, oh, trophies, it's got to be Taboo maybe. And the fire, maybe it's Dark Souls. But I just kept watching and watching as Mario came back to life and walked towards the fire. I kept saying, this is a reference to something. I don't get it, and I'm going to be kicking myself once they reveal who the character is, and I'll be like, oh, that's what it's a reference to. And then, Mario, with determination, reached his hand into the fire. As he threw it, a small part of my brain thought, that looks like Strike Raid. And then the fire stopped. I saw the outline, and then the keychain. And then I lost my mind. I'm not even exaggerating here. As soon as I knew it was Sora, I leapt out of my seat, screaming, "Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes!" at the top of my lung, bouncing around like a kid on a pogo stick for at least a solid 30 seconds to a minute. I don't even remember when I stopped because I realized, oh, I need to watch Sora's trailer because this is a magical moment. I was just so freaking happy. Here he was, my most requested character at long last, joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And what a trailer it was. I know in terms of spectacle, Sephiroth was probably the best trailer out of all of Fighters Pass 2, but Sora's is the one that I love the most for obvious reasons. And it's also arguably the most unique out of all the Smash trailers. For starters, the mystery with this trailer. Sakurai and the team did a really good job of bearing the lead as to who the final character could potentially be. It's not a reference to Kingdom Hearts, it feels like more of a reference to Smash Brawl than anything else. And like I said, a lot of people thought Dark Souls with the fire. So it was a good lead-in to have some more mystery as to who this final character was. And then of course, it's Sora arrival in general. Unlike with other fighters, they usually seem to show up and they're ready to throw hands. Sora shows up, the entire roster looks up at him with awe and respect, and he just has this grin that he's so happy to be here. The tagline of Sora is finally here, Sakurai recognizing the fact that he was in fact the most requested character, and that's not even getting into the back half of the full trailer. This is just the part that was revealed before Sakurai went to the depth about the character in general. But here he was, in all of his glory, Sora from Kingdom Hearts, my most requested character in the game. From this point on, I paid the most attention to a Sakurai Presents, more than even Sephiroth or Pyra Mythra. I kind of paid attention to their moves and also what Sakurai said about their playstyle, but Sora, I'm surprised I didn't grab one of my other laptops as one wasn't my work machine and start taking notes. However, despite my overall excitement with Sora being in the game, there was one worrying thought in the back of my head. Would Sora's playstyle not mesh with mine? I had experienced this before with Sephiroth. As cool as it was for me to see him in the game, I got my hands on him and I was just like, yeah, he's not really my kind of style. I don't really like playing as this type of character. And a part of me was nervous, what if Sora is the same way? What if I get through this presentation and then he gets released and I'm just like, I don't really like playing as him, he doesn't fit my playstyle. But as I continued to watch the entire presentation by Sakurai, I started feeling a little bit more at ease. The moves he showcased made me think, yeah, okay, this guy might be a trick to learn at first, but I think he could gel with me. I think his playstyle could work. So I watched the entire rest of the Sakurai Presents almost religiously, trying to jot down mentally every single note I could about how Sora played. And then from that point up until he released 13 days later, I probably watched that Sakurai Presents once or twice a day, just trying to A, convince myself that I wasn't dreaming and Sora was actually in the game, and B, to continue to study his moves before he officially released. And at long last, the release date came. To say I was excited was an understatement. I was dressed up in as much Kingdom Hearts stuff as I could find, I had my GameCube controller ready, I had my Switch ready, and I was constantly pressing the plus button on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate telling it, update, 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 come on, why won't you update, it's 9 o'clock! Finally it did update. I waited, I booted it up, I let the full movie play. I saw the title screen, and I simply asked, show me the words I have longed to see. I pressed the A button, and there he was. I was ecstatic. I felt complete. At long last. Sephiroth and Pyra Mythra were amazing to have in the game, but neither of them made me feel as excited as Sora did. And as I started playing as him, my worries were alleviated. I did have some learning to do, but as I continued to improve, I learned that not only was I now a Sora main, Sora was my main of mains. He was the perfect character for my playstyle. He had the up B and strong sword attacks of Link. He had the counter of Shulk. He had the side B of Mithra. He had the magic that truly made a unique impression that was all Sora's. He had the floatiness and the aerial game that taught me to become bold and go after people in offstage situations. I have gotten so many kills with the 3-hit combo near the edge, you have no idea. I finally started winning online tournaments. He's the only character that I've actually gotten to Elite Smash. And so many other things. And none of this would have been possible if Sora wasn't the most requested character in Smash history, and everybody behind the scenes made this possible. Over the years, whenever I told people that I wanted Sora to be in Smash, usually they'd say that's a good choice. They didn't always agree with me, but they would usually say, that's a good choice, good character, here's my pick, and we'd have a good time. But I did have this person, a former friend, who would constantly rail on me because I wanted Sora. They would say stuff like, "Oh, you want Sora? That would be a wasted slot. Sora's a terrible character. Now this one obscure character that I know of and almost nobody else has heard of, they would be perfect for Smash!" And it just continued like that for years. Our friendship ended well before Smash Ultimate even had its base game release, but that was always a constant. From Smash 4 up until the initial reveal of Smash Ultimate, this person just kept saying that Sora was a terrible pick, nobody wanted him, who the flip wanted Sora in Smash? And they didn't even stop there. They would take attacks on Kingdom Hearts, and they'd say stuff like, Kingdom Hearts, it's an overrated series, nobody likes it, why do people like it so much? It's so dumb, it's terrible. Coming from a person who had never even beaten a Kingdom Hearts game. Honestly, the only reason I think they hated Kingdom Hearts so much was because I loved it so much. And I think the reason it got under my skin so much, not necessarily because solely it was because they were just giving me a hard time because I wanted something I liked to be in Smash Brothers, which was a part of it, but also I think it's because it kind of reminded me of myself at my worser moments during Smash 4. I would sometimes say stuff like that to other people, and I would say Sora would be the better pick as opposed to their character, which was scummy. But I had started to grow out of that, but this person never did. So when Sakurai came out and said Sora was literally the most requested character in Smash history, I couldn't help but smile a little bit, knowing that this was a bit of vindication for not just me, but Kingdom Hearts fans all over the world who had received similar types of treatment. And of course, we can't really talk about Sora's reveal without talking about arguably the best moment in the entire trailer, that ending. Holy moly, that final shot, it's still my wallpaper on one of my laptops to this day. Sora and Mario shaking hands. Fighter number 1 and fighter number 82 just shaking hands. They're not fighting, they're not trying to do anything crazy. They're just showing respect from one legend to another. And that's just a big thing for me. It's not necessarily like, oh, Kingdom Hearts is a really good series now because Smash recognized it. It's a recognition of the fact that, yes, a lot of fans have different games that they enjoy, but Smash Brothers is a celebration of all of them. Mario is a very different type of game compared to Kingdom Hearts, and here they are, just showing each other mutual respect. It's a love letter from Sakurai, a send-off for the entire series that he has spent several years working on to make it the best it can be, doing everything he could to make fans happy, from platformer fans to shooter fans to JRPG fans to sim fans to just all kinds of gamer fans. And he knocked it out of the park with this last one for me. I know some people might not feel the same way, but that's what it meant to me. Sora was the final goodbye to Ultimate, and it was the last one that got the biggest reaction out of me. And with that, all that's left now is to look to the future and what it holds. So next time, we're going to talk about my potential thoughts about what the future of Smash could look like. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe. Once again, if I somehow hit 100 subscribers within the next couple of days, I will do a 12-hour livestream of Smash Ultimate going to the Game Awards. If I hit 1,000, I'll do a 24-hour stream, which means I guess I've got about a day or so to hit that goal, and I'm not hitting it. Ah well, this was fun anyways. I hope you enjoyed. May your heart be your guiding key.